welcome back to my channel. I am Bekah Jo, aka the Makeup Tax Lady. Today I am just getting ready for work, going into the office. I thought it'd be fun to bring you along as I finish up my makeup for the day. I have done my hair, which is not something that I do every single day, but just wanted to run a quick iron through it. If you're not new here, you know that I purchased this Chi brush iron. It doesn't blow air, it just warms up. But I've been using this for the last few months and I really just enjoy the soft wave and kind of smoothness that it gives to my hair. I am sipping on a little bit of a coconut milk latte. I am enjoying this new shirt that I just got. It's got these cute kitty cats on the print. And it's this like cozy, I don't know, it's like lightweight but really comfortable kind of long sleeve shirt. As we are nearing cooler weather and fall times, I'm getting excited for the change in wardrobe seasons. It's definitely chilly out today, this morning, but I also know that it's a false fall. So I'm going to enjoy it while we've got it. And then I think honestly, even tomorrow, it's supposed to warm back up for end of summer, but that's okay. So let's just get right into the makeup look. So just of note, I have been wearing a lot of the new products that I just picked up from Sydney Grace Christmas in July sale. One of those items being one item that they just came out with, this facial serum. I am really enjoying this. It sinks into the skin very quickly, very nicely. No irritation to my sensitive skin. This is their hyaluronic acid and peptides. So they say that it includes niacinamide B3, hyaluronic acid, dipeptide, tripeptide 5, P extra, and panthenol B5. This is one of the new skincare items that they came out with during their Christmas and July sale, and I am enjoying it and would recommend. I have also been trying out their new mineral foundation. If you missed it, I did a video where I picked up samples of every single shade of their new mineral foundation. I'll have it linked in the eye above. And I have been testing out the shade BU6. Most days when I've been wearing this, I've put a primer on underneath. I'm gonna try it today without a primer. The primer that I have preferred the most is this Hourglass Veil Primer. I also tried it with a Bare Minerals primer, which Bare Minerals also does a mineral foundation. You'd think that their primer would work well. But I had like incredible oxidation with the foundation the day that I wore that Bare Minerals primer. So haven't tried that again, not interested in doing so, but I want to try this on my bare skin today and see how that works. I have been enjoying it with just a little triangle powder puff. Before I go in with the mineral foundation, I'm just gonna use a little bit of my e.l.f. hydrating concealer under my eyes. When I use this Sydney Grace foundation, I just like saying those words, Sydney Grace foundation. When I use this, I tend to get a strong medium coverage, I would say. And I really am not interested in like a heavy coverage today. So I'm gonna see if I can go for maybe a little bit more of a light coverage. I have not tried it with a brush yet. They do say that using a brush, you could get a lighter coverage, but I'm gonna stick with the powder puff and we'll see how it goes. Okay, that looks nice. And I definitely got a lighter coverage out of it. Maybe not having the primer underneath is making a difference in that. I mean, I can still see my skin through it, but that's totally okay. That's just what I'm looking for today. I am gonna use just a little bit of my Sydney Grace loose translucent powder, their Cloud 9 powder, and put that under the eyes. I think almost every day since I got my Luminous Light palette, I have been reaching for the bronzer in here. The shade is Starlight. This is the light palette. Upon first glance, I thought that this was going to be too deep to me. I did a swatch and I was like, that's gonna look too deep. But honestly, with a fluffier brush, it blends out beautifully. I'm not surprised. Sydney Grace has beautiful powder formulas, but in case you were concerned, at my skin level, I don't have an issue with this shade. So I'm going to use this bronzer today. This is an old e.l.f. brush that is called their Flawless Face Brush. I'm gonna go ahead and put some eyeshadow primer on. This is my About Face Shadow Fix Primer. And I'm gonna go in with my Sydney Grace Brow Gel. This is the Stronghold in Clear. I will come back to do blush after we've done eyes. Today for my look, I want to use, in combination, the ENSLEY REIGN Flutter and Flourish palettes. I'm sure that you have seen them by now, but here they are. We've got Flutter on top and Flourish on bottom. I have been having so much fun with these palettes. I'm reaching for the Flourish palette constantly. I think today I may end up more or exclusively in the Flutter palette because I really want to play with Pixie Petal. This is a gorgeous pink shade. It's got a gold flip to it in the right light. Kind of a goldy green flip. I don't know. I will be doing videos on these, my in-depth face washing videos, don't worry. But I want to use Pixie Petal on the eyes today. I don't have anything crazy fun meetings, anything going on today at the office, so I can be just a little bit more colorful than I might otherwise be. I think I'm gonna pick up from the Flourish palette the shade Flourish to begin this look. I'm going to pick that up with my Sydney Grace E05 brush. Now I'm taking a clean, fluffy brush and just pulling that through the crease without adding any more product. Next, I want to use this Sierra Martin brush. This is 2D8, and dip into the shade Wisp, this beautiful grungier purple shade, and build that up in the outer corner. Now would be the time to add a glitter glue, but I'm just not interested in doing that today. So I'm going to go in with Pixie Petal on my finger and add that to my lids. Before I add it to my lids, do you see the metallic reflect of that shade? That is so gorgeous. That shade is so fun. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I want to go in and clean up the sparkle fallout, but before I do that, I'm just gonna take that same clean, fluffy brush that we've been using and just run that through the crease to soften the edges of where we placed the shimmer shade. The best way that I have found to clean up shimmer fallout, please add on the comments if you have any tips and tricks, but I'm gonna take just this little fluffy brush that I have, dip it into powder, and I'm not like I still wanna keep excess powder on this brush, so I'm just tapping off kind of like that loose stuff that flies off. And then I'm gonna run this brush over where I saw that shimmer and see what we can get to come off of the face. Okay, that definitely helped. There's still a few rogue sparkles, but it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I have found that keeping the brush a little overloaded with powder helps more than anything. And then after I've, swept most of that powder on my face, I can just keep going over it since this is a really fluffy brush and make sure that there's no like patches of powder on my face, and it kind of like disperses everything and keeps from messing up the base that I already have underneath. For a little splash of color on the inner corner, I want to use Buttercup Bliss, and I'll just take that on my ring finger and add that to the inner portion of my eyes. Here is Buttercup Bliss in all her beauty. That shade in this palette and in the two palettes combined is like such a perfect inner corner shade. I'm not usually crazy about making sure I have an inner corner shade, shimmer or matte, but this one is like, it's just so cool. It adds just a little bit more color and sparkle, and it has a little bit of like every color in it. It's not just a straight up yellow, so it's really fun for the inner corners or even on the lids. Okay, I just curled my lashes and added my Clinique High Impact Waterproof Mascara. Would not call it high impact, but it's darkened my lashes, so we'll go with it. For blush, I'll go back into my Sydney Grace Luminous Light palette. I want to take a combination of both of these shades and throw those on the cheeks. I am going to pass on highlighter today, and for lips, I'm just going to use the Sydney Grace lip topper. This is the shade Trisha. Okay, so here is my look for the office today for late summer, not quite fall. This eye look is maybe a little bit more colorful, dramatic than I would go for on a regular basis at the office, but I also don't think it's too dramatic. I think it's really fun with the pink sparkle that we've got on the lids. And then I've got just a more natural base. The simple base with the colorful eye has so been my thing lately. I'm really enjoying the Sydney Grace Mineral Foundation. I will keep you guys updated on that. If you have any questions, please, of course, put them in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to chat with you there. If you liked the video, I'd love it if you'd give the video a like. If you're not a subscriber and you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you'd consider becoming a subscriber. I will include both my Sydney Grace and my ENSLEY REIGN playlist up in the eye and or down in the description box. And I have a Get Ready With Me playlist. I will have all of those linked, like I said, in the description box and then possibly up in the cards above as well. So thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope that you've enjoyed this little video, and I hope to see you in the next one.